Afternoon, guys. Another podcast of the Nick and Joe Show. They brought us back for some reason, Joe.
We're back. We're never leaving. Do quick plugs real quick. Shouting out Twitter and Instagram at PSO Sports 1. You can also follow us on Pointless Sports Opinion on YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcast. What are we going to talk about today, Nick?
Cardinals. Always the Cardinals.
Always the Cardinals.
It's the central point of... That's why we're here, I guess.
We're here to talk baseball and St. Louis baseball. So let's start it off. How is this? We were here last Monday. What happened in those beautiful 7 days?
Well, we were talking how the Cardinals are going to have an easy stretch of baseball coming up.
Right. The two worst teams in the National League should be 5 wins.
5-1 would have been great, but they went 3-3.
What happened?
1-2 against Miami Marlins. I don't know how that happens.
At home. At home.
Whatever. I don't like their home road splits. Whatever. And then 2-1 against the Reds, which they kindly lost to the Reds, which...
I don't mind the 2-1 in the Reds. 2-1, I'll take that every series. But the 1-2 against Miami with Martinez on the mound, which I don't think he's ready to come back.
He's been awful since his return. I looked it up. He's got 12 walks in 7 1/3 innings or 2/3 innings. He's kind of erratic at times, but 7 or 12 walks. He had 7 on Sunday. I'm pretty sure that's why they lost the game.
He had 7 on Sunday, and I think at this point, if you're the Cardinals, you put him back on the DL. He's not ready. He's not throwing strikes. 7 walks in 3 2/3, 5 runs,
something like that. It's gross. You can't put on the DL.
He says he's ready.
You gotta let him go.
You gotta set him down and be like, hey, it's a long season. We'll take it a week at a time. But you can't have him going out there and walking 7 batters to a Cincinnati team. I won't knock. Cincinnati's offense is not terrible. They have a few good bats in that lineup. Their pitching's terrible, and it seems that we couldn't. I mean, we did fine against Cincinnati, but Martinez, I don't think he's ready to come back just yet.
He had a bad game against the Marlins too. So, yeah. And then Cardinals went 1-2 against Miami Marlins. That was bad.
I actually looked it up. It was the first time the Marlins scored 11 runs all season. That's so bad. And it was against the Cardinals. Mainly, I mean, Martinez gave up, I think. No, that wasn't.
Martinez had a bad game.
It wasn't the game he scored, but it was a lot of the bullpen because their bullpen's so great right now, too.
Bad.
The reason this really hurts me, like the Marlin series and the Reds series hurt, and we still have San Diego tonight, tomorrow, and the next day. So if we can come out with 2 wins there, I think we'll still be all right. 3 would be great. But our next 22 games are rough. We don't play a team that's under 500 for the next 22 games. It is just, I got it listed here. We got Cubs, then we're home for the Cubs, away for Philly, away for Milwaukee, home for the Indians for 3. Then we have the Braves at home for 3, the D-backs away for 3, and the Giants for 3. I'm sorry, I missed. Brewers are 4 games away. So that's a tough stretch of games. A lot of Central games, which the NL Central is really good.
They've been really good against the NL Central, but 10-1 against the Reds, so that's going to really bolster your stats there.
You take the Reds out of our seasons, we're a game under 500.
Yeah.
If we don't play the Reds, we're a game. The Cubs have emerged as the best team in the National League.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
The Brewers are ahead of them.
The Brewers are 3-7 in their last 10. The Cubs are 8-2 in their last 10.
It's baseball. It's all about the streaks, but you're right.
The Cubs are the best team in the National League right now, and they're probably gonna, after this weekend series against Milwaukee, they'll probably be in first place, and that's a team we don't want to lose the gap to. We want to keep it as close as we can, so we really need to play good this week in San Diego, and then we have a 3-game series against Cubs. So
I think these 22 games will be the deciding factor of the season and how it goes. It's going to either sink or float, I think.
I hope so. All right, so we covered the Martinez. What else you want to talk about?
Okay, so during that Marlins series, there was just one play in particular that I was watching it, and I wanted to pull my hair out. I was pretty upset. Runners on second and third. The Cardinals were down by 1. It was the bottom of the 5th. They had just scored 2 runs. There was a nice little rally going. Tommy Pham at third. Marcell Ozuna at second. Yachty up at the plate. Tommy Pham gets picked off at third.
Unacceptable.
What are you doing?
From T-ball until high school, I was taught one thing. You don't make the first or last out at third, and then they would always throw in, don't make any outs at third. And getting picked off at third is just, with the 1 out...
Minor league move right there.
You can't do it. Like, you are a major league... It's got to be on the player. Like,
Oh no,
It's 100% on Tommy Pham.
You know, Tommy Pham coming into the season talking and all that. I mean, talking arrogant, but he's making up his game, and then he makes a play like that.
If it's a 7-2 game, fine, let it be. If we're getting blown out, we're blowing someone out. You think about it, but you let it go. It was a 5-4 game.
He was the tying run.
It was a tying run. I looked up it. If you got a guy on second and third with one out, the chance of scoring that run at third, 63% of the time that run scores. The guy on second, 2 outs, 23%. You're killing your chances.
They didn't score on that.
They didn't score. No,
they didn't score any more runs for the rest of the game, and they lost. I don't know.
It was a deciding factor in the game. You get a base hit there, ties the game. We maybe even take the lead. Just depending on how the inning goes.
I'm pretty sure Yachty grounded out to second. That would have been an RBI and tie game. Who knows? I mean, bullpen's been bad, but Marlins are bad too. So
it's just the momentum there. You get picked off third. It's just it's a rally killer, and because we scored 3 runs in that inning too.
Two runs, but
I was listening to it. I was actually at school, but I was listening to it, and I heard picked off third, and I go, I lost it.
What are you doing, Tommy Pham? You're better than that.
All right. Also, another thing that happened in that Red series, Cardinals lost Red Shaney's over that series, and it was a tough loss. Red was he was a Cardinal through and through. I
think he was 70 years in baseball, something close to that, 65, 70. And
I knew he played for the Cardinals for 15 seasons. He was a 10-time All-Star. I think 9 of them were with the Cardinals.
I think something like that. He played also with the Milwaukee Braves and a few years with the New York Giants.
Yeah, he's in the Cardinals organization, number 2, man. He's a Hall of Famer. His number's retired. It's on the wall. I mean, he was great, and we lost him, and I just want to pay my tributes to one of the Cardinals. Anything else to cover over that?
He's just a good guy, good baseball player. Everyone, I've never talked to him, never met him, but I know people are saying what a guy he was, what a special person he was, what a great knowledge of baseball he had. He went to 2 World Series as a manager with the Cardinals.
He
won one in 67.
Won 2. He's a 2-time.
His manager
one as a manager,
time,
okay.
But he won one with the Cardinals, and I got 1946, and one with the Milwaukee Braves in 1957. He was a good ball player, one of those. I mean, when you think of 40s, 50s ball players, scrappy, gets on base, plays defense, and I mean that's the kind of ball player you want on your team. And it goes to show, inducted into the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee in 1989. So
his peers respected him.
Yeah, so
he will be missed. Other news broke out Wednesday. We lost Alex Reyes for the season. I think he had surgery on his...
a torn tendon in his lat muscle, so something wasn't right in that Milwaukee game he was pitching and must have torn it, and I mean, he probably wanted to play through it, but...
I keep on just hearing things about this guy never being healthy. When this guy is healthy, he will be dominant. I want him to be healthy. It's just... We have to give it time. We can't rush him back. Hopefully, this time next season, we're talking about how great of a rookie year he'll be having, because he's technically still a rookie. I want to see this guy get going. It's sad. I feel bad for him, and I hope we'll see him next season.
As a fan, you definitely want to see it, but at the same time, what if he's not going to get healthy? That's scary. Top prospect, top arms in the game.
The best thing he has going for him is
young.
He's 23?
Yeah, something like that.
23, 24. He throws 100 miles an hour. Unless the surgery affects that, which...
But 2 years in a row. I mean, Tommy John last year, this torn lat muscle this year, that's not good.
It's not, but hopefully we'll see him back next year.
Let's just forget about it and wait till next year. I like that idea. What else? I got Jose Martinez. He's the Martinez that's been really good for the Cardinals as of late.
He's been on fire, and I mean...
Three home runs in the Red Series alone. I got
4 in the last week.
I got some numbers. Yeah, over the last week, 13 for 24. 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. I hate his defense. Hate it.
I will take that defense every day of the week if he's hitting that offense. Any day, especially at first base. You plug him at first base, if he's going to hit me, I'll take it.
He's got no range. His hands are awful, but he
probably should be a DH or a left fielder, right fielder, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But I'll take it right now, especially with no one else. I mean, Pham's been hitting no power at all. Ozuna's actually swinging a real hot. I love it. To
coming alive.
Home run in Cincinnati. I don't know. That thing still might be flying.
Matt Carpenter's picked it up too. Finally. Finally.
He's getting there. There's still a lot of holes in the lineup. Jed Jericho's been colder than...
He hasn't played a whole bunch either. Colton
Canadian
Wong,
winter.
He's not here. Colton Wong's only in that lineup for defense.
He's... defense. He's hitting. That's a guy that
His swing, dude.
I love his defense, but he's hitting like 180.
He's changing his swing every day. Every day at the plate, it looks different. His stance, it's crazy.
I remember the last 2 seasons in spring training. If they just play me every day, quit taking me out of the lineup, I'll be fine.
He looked good last year.
He was great. His on base was killer last year. I mean, he hit the ball. What happened?
That's all you need from your 8. He's your 8-hole hitter. You just need him to hit. But this year he's not hitting. So come on, Cole. Molina's been back for 5 games now. I mean, not doing much, but he's back. You love that in your lineup. Still not a fan of him hitting 5th, but
it's good to see Martinez swinging because he was going cold and now he's hot again, which just consistent hitting is what we.
I think he leads the team. He's got 40 RBIs. I'm pretty sure that
he's been our best.
A 320 average this year too. Yeah. So he's hitting.
Take it. I'll take it every day, and I don't care what he's doing at first base. The Cardinals, Ozuna's getting out of this slump. I like it. Carpenter's hitting. I think the offense is really going to pick it up, like starting to play better. Pitching's still good. The bullpen's bad. It needs work. What are we going to do about it? You
got Jordan Hicks you can throw every day, right?
No,
apparently
absolutely
Mike
not.
You can. I'll throw him out there every day. He's been great. He's finally found that swing and miss stuff.
I don't want to throw him out there. He's 20 years old, and he's playing for a team that's fighting for a second wild card spot right now. I want to save that arm. I want him to.
You're only 60 games in the season.
He's thrown how many? 37.
He's thrown a lot of them.
You got those innings. It's a lot. They said he was on pace for like 73 innings this year. He needs to be in the 60s, low 60s. Well, I like him. I think they need to move him as a closer. That would limit his innings because he wouldn't be in as many situations. You know, Broxton was brought in as a starter this spring training.
Not Broxton. Norris.
Mike Matheny moment there. I called Jonathan Broxton's name, and he's no longer with us. Go figure. Bud Norris has been phenomenal. He was brought in as a start. Like, he was brought in the spring as a starter. He's stretched out. There's no, why can't he be that 7th, 8th inning guy, the guy that can get 4, 5, 6 outs if you need him? Because
he's been good.
He's a workhorse. That's what he is.
Lately, he's been a little roughed up.
He has the most innings on the team for relief bullpen.
I don't know why they don't use Brebbia. Have you guys heard his name called a whole bunch? I haven't. Mike Myers, he's been up and down 6 different times from Memphis. Dude, that guy's been going up and down. He's still pitching really well. A 2.5 ERA or something like that, I think. I just remember that guy getting brought up and starting a game and letting up 9 runs, and I automatically hated him for that. But he's been pitching really well for the situation he's been going through.
Yeah, so we got 3 games to start tonight against San Diego. I think they're a really key, important 3 games. If we can take 2 of 3, 3 of 3, fantastic, because the road ahead, a sweep of San Diego would be. We're at home. Come on, let's win some games at home, guys. It's not that hard. It's just play baseball. You know, if we win 1 in a row, and then we win the next day, and the day after that, it's called a winning streak.
It's called a winning streak.
It does happen, people. So let's move on to the next thing. We're going to ask Caleb Reardon to join us. Caleb, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Nick and Joe Show.
All right, so Joe had this idea for a segment. What's it called, Joe?
All my ideas are great. So this one is, I call it BP, also known as batting practice. Go ahead, Caleb.
So I'm just gonna ask them a few questions. It's gonna be 5 questions. Some will be baseball related, some won't, and we'll just see what they can do and give us their best answer.
The idea is Caleb's gonna lob us in some pitches, and me and Nick are gonna just try to hit them out of the park with what we got. We'll see how it goes. I just saw all your answers.
All right, first question. Pujols just passed Stan Musial for 7th all-time on the RBIs list. Who are the 6 players ahead of him?
6?
Barry Bonds is 1.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron is 2.
Okay.
A-Rod's 3.
Okay. It's a dude from 1800s. I know it. I can't think of his name.
I want to say Mays is on there.
No. Ooh, he might be.
Mays.
No Willie Mays. All right.
No. Talking to
is it Mickey Mantle? He on there?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
Ruth.
Yeah, he is.
You said him. He's second.
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb's not on there. All right, so we got Bonds. Bonds
is 5th.
You had the first 3. The 4th one I know is just some.
Bonds, Aaron, Rodriguez, Ruth.
Aaron's 1, Ruth is 2, A-Rod's 3.
And then the 4th one is just
you got 4 and 6. 4, I have never heard of this guy in my life.
Tris Speaker.
No.
No, he's like, I can't think of his name.
He's got 2,075 RBIs.
Yeah.
He's a right-handed batter. That's all the information I have about him.
Not McCovey.
No, it's. God.
Come on, John.
It's from I think he played in
Well, who's 6 then? You know 6.
I thought I named him.
6 is.
It's not Ty Cobb?
No.
No, it's
Joe, I just need a little help, dude.
I'm not getting you there, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. This one's hurts.
You just want to throw in the towel.
No, we're not going to get the
Not
fourth.
on 6.
Not on
the fourth
6.
one is Cap Anson.
Cap Anson.
Yeah.
He was a Milwaukee Brave, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then
Look up those years. This is early.
number 6, dude, was on some of the most famous baseball teams of all time.
Joe DiMaggio.
No. Gehrig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou
Gehrig.
So it's Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, A-Rod,
So Nick got
Cap,
5.
Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, A-Rod,
I knew 3 of them.
Cap Anson, Barry Bonds, Lou Gehrig, Albert Pujols. All right.
Put the team on your back there, buddy.
Next question. This was Joe's idea. Are Cardinals going to be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
Wow.
Or should they be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
Do you want to start or I'll start?
I'll go with buyers, man. Why not? You're your boy. You want your boy Manny Machado to come over. They have plenty of depth to trade from. I mean, they have plenty of holes to fill.
Plenty. That's why.
So I could see them as buyers.
The thing is, like, I hate the whole buyers or seller at the trade deadline. We know what the Cardinals are right now. We are a team that we have a few hitters that hit one week. We have a few hitters that hit. Our bullpen's awful. So if we're buyers, why aren't we buying now? Why don't you buy now? Why do we wait until the late July stages?
You have to wait for the trade market to develop. You can't just.
Why don't you go make? We can make moves. We know who's playoff teams. Baltimore's not a playoff team. You telling me we can't go make a move for Zach Britton right now, the lefty? That's the thing. You say we're buyers. I think we should be sellers. Especially if Tommy Pham's hitting and we're 5 games out of a wild card spot or right at that wild card.
You're right on
I'm
that.
selling Tommy Pham every day this week. If at the trade deadline. Another guy you guys no one has bricks or anything, right? Or no one throw anything. If Marcell Zuna's hitting at trade deadline and the Cardinals aren't in a race, he's got a 1 year left on that contract. Do you think they're extending him? If they're extending him, by all means extend him.
I think that's the goal.
But if they're you know what he's going to get this off season after the next
$20 million
a year.
Yeah, that's what.
Who's the last player there? Okay, hold up. I'm not going to say who's. Yachty gets $20 million a year. Wainwright's like 18.
Cardinals don't make a whole. They don't.
The Cardinals don't sign nobody. Ain't nobody.
Dexter Fowler and Mike Leake and Greg Holland. I've seen them sign those guys.
And those were older guys. Like the situation worked for the Cardinals. What did they get Greg Holland on a 1 year deal?
Sure.
It can't hurt. It doesn't hurt him. With Mike Leake, he's gone.
They dumped him.
And that's what they do. Like,
Fowler's still hurting. Yeah.
Fowler's hurting us, but they're not. Ozuna's gonna get 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
We're not giving him 7 or 8 years for 20 times 7,
$140
million. Yeah. So if he's on fire, end of trade deadline area,
I don't see it.
moving. You don't see him. Say Atlanta's still in it.
I don't see
They have one of the best farm systems in baseball. You're not moving them to Atlanta for a year for maybe a top third baseman prospect. Yeah, man. I that's how I looked at. I thought that's what they were doing when they originally got him. Because we gave up nothing for him. I thought that's the first thing I thought was like we didn't give up much for him. We could flip him pretty easy.
We'll see. I don't think they're gonna flip him.
I say it's an idea.
All right. I think the Cardinals are always trying to win. Just throw in my 2 cents. But this last 2 question, not baseball related. Rank your top 3 fast foods.
You go first, because I got to think on mine.
All right. As of late, Raising Cane's has been awesome. Go McDonald's, Taco Bell. Simple.
McDonald's, Taco Bell. All right. What you got?
It's been a mix-up for me.
I expect a lot out of this from you.
The man of many gift cards. This is called.
This belly does not lie. I got to go 3. A lot of these are chicken places. I like chicken.
It's not that big.
I'm sweating over here, man. I don't want these corporations coming after me for my business.
Sweating thinking about this food is what he's doing.
I just had a Chinese food. Does Panda count as fast food?
Yeah, we'll count it.
No, not my top 3.
All right, who's in contention for 3 then?
It's like Taco Bell, like the whole the basic.
Get Taco Bell out of here, by the way. Get him out of here.
I think so. Get
him out of here.
See, I know two and 1 are set in stone.
Me and Chase might have a whole podcast on this in the summer. So
yeah, I wasn't waiting to spend 15 minutes on this topic. That's why I picked McDonald's.
I'm gonna skip over 3 because 3's hard because there's so many that 2 is Wendy's. Wendy's flew under my radar for a long time.
The 5 for 4.
Wendy's is the Baconator, man. I love it. I love it.
All right, so who's one? I know.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, man.
That's
I
easy.
love Chick-fil-A.
So who's 3? Just pick a 3.
I don't know, man. This is too hard. Steak and Shake. Boom. Put it in there. Is that fast food?
That's fast food. You can
I'll count it. Count it.
Fine.
Mark it in the book.
That might cause some controversy, but fine. And then
Ooh, I love
last question.
controversy.
Last question. One word answer. Where's LeBron going?
Houston.
Lakers.
Okay.
It's a 2-word answer.
I'm jumping out. You guys do final thoughts.
You got any final thoughts, Nick?
My final thought, sure, I actually have one this week. So,
Thank God.
if you ever go to the dentist,
Oh my God.
make sure to get that laughing gas when they're filling your teeth. That stuff is awesome. It's a good experience, and it's 100% legal. But outside of that, don't do anything else. Drug-free podcast.
The Nick and Joe Show strongly recommends
Laughing gas.
laughing gas. 10 for 10 would recommend again. Thanks, Nick.
That's why I get cavities, dude.
Did you have fun at the dentist this week?
Of course, it was this morning. It was a good time.
Is that why? Oh my God. All right. I might get a little emotional on this one. I've been thinking about it all week. Shout outs to Alex Ovechkin, man. That dude is living the dream. And I'm just so happy it worked out for a guy like that. Like, people work their whole careers in chasing one goal. In sports, like you see, they want a ring, they want a Super Bowl, they want a Stanley Cup.
I got it.
Alex Ovechkin he's been one of the best players since I've been. And
Since 2004.
Seeing Alex Ovechkin host that Stanley Cup over his head.
Hoist. We're hosts.
Take 2. Seeing him hold the trophy over his head is just beautiful, man.
It's beautiful.
And now we get to see the aftermath. And that is I want to see that out of everyone. Like, the dude is doing keg stands in the Stanley. Like, he's keg stand on the Stanley Cup. He's
Sleeping
chugging
with it?
out. He's sleeping with it.
Barbecuing with it?
He's living the dream.
his best friend.
He was walking through the MGM Grand with the Stanley Cup like, hey, what's up? Who wants to party? He's in a club. They're throwing paper everywhere. Stanley Cup, chilling with OV, man. He's on the plane sleeping with the thing. Keep on doing you, Ovechkin, man. That swimming in ponds and stuff. What? Do you see him out there?
No, I didn't
You didn't
see
see
that
him? Oh, he was at the baseball game. They had him throw out the first pitch, which is amazing. He threw a strike right over the plate, about 25 feet high. So he's out there just doing what we'd all do if we won the Stanley Cup.
Drunk all the time?
I don't think he's been sober since the end of game, probably midway through the third period of game 5.
He is Russian, so yeah, that makes sense.
So, OV, I love you, man. Keep doing you. That's it. That's a wrap. Spread the word. Word.
Oh, do we say that after everyone? Spread the word?
Yeah.